Part 2.
Kellie, tell us about from the year of our Lord 1980 to All a Good Night. I will say, first time watch for me.
Same.
Oh, cool. Okay, interesting.
Actually, all of these were first time watch for me.
Nice.
So.
Well, I guess 2 out of the 3 were for me.
Well, and probably last time watch, but we'll get into that.
Wait, you're not going to go back to Gingerdead Man every December?
I will say that in terms of Curtains for Christmas, I did show my fiance Nirvana a couple of scenes from it because I was just like, this is one of those ones you have to see to believe. Okay, like just but he can't tolerate movies like he can't stand like The Room and stuff like that. So whatever, more for me. Okay, To All a Good Night is directed by David Hess, who didn't direct anything else. But he did act in The Last House on the Left, the original, and Swamp Thing. And he was a prolific musician, which is ironic because this movie has some of the worst music I've ever heard in my life. So hopefully he didn't do it.
Yeah, they apparently didn't consult him.
He didn't. That's the crazy thing. He didn't.
Okay.
He actually did some music for Last House on the Left as well. And he did music for movies that were like on either side of this film. But he didn't do the music for this film, which is like, this music is fucking bonkers.
It's so crazy. That was the first thing I wrote in my notes is like, why does this song sound like distorted meowing? Like right at the beginning. Yeah. It's so nuts.
Oh my God. I didn't realize even who he was. Which guy from Last House on the Left? Yeah. Very recognizable. One of the pricks, the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that's what he's most known for, not this movie.
I didn't realize that was him.
Written by Alex Rebar, who also wrote a series of episodes called Sex, Pain, and Murder, which is interesting. Starring Jennifer Runyon, who it was driving me crazy because she looked so familiar. But I kept looking at her IMDb and I could not like place her from any one thing. I know she was in Very Brady Christmas and a bunch of other stuff that I didn't really know, except she had a bit part in Ghostbusters and she was in a movie that I will definitely seek out now because it was called Carnosaur.
Hell yeah.
And
you should seek out Carnosaur.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we are familiar with Carnosaur. Did we do an episode on Carnosaur?
We did an episode on Carnosaur. I believe that was a very early punishment episode I gave to you and Meg.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we did a full episode on Carnosaur. It is worth a watch.
Hell yeah.
I'm dropping the poster in the chat because this is what sold me on it. Yeah. It says driven to extinction, back for revenge. Oh so good. I need it.
A lot of fun.
So I can just quickly put this into context for everybody. Carnosaur we know is a Roger Corman joint, and Jennifer Runyon is actually married, still currently, to Roger Corman's nephew, Todd Corman.
Old Todd.
Okay.
That's how that
all circles.
That's
again.
all that all ties together. That's also probably how she got that job. But I did recognize her from Ghostbusters because she's in the first scene where we introduce Bill Murray and he's electroshocking that nerd. And she is the pretty blonde that he's also seducing by not shocking her.
Yeah, her character doesn't even have a name. It's like female student or something.
Yeah.
Well, the place that I know her from, and I'm just making this connection now, doing a little sleuthing on the internet here. She was Gwendolyn in Charles in Charge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, who was like she was like one of the leads in Charles in Charge. If you remember a Charles in Charge, which I do, and it's the greatest sitcom intro song perhaps of all time.
I'm familiar with the song, but I've never seen the show.
Yeah. It's a mediocre show. Great song. Yeah.
Well, that's how I choose my shows. So, okay, I'm not even going to bother with like the rest of these actors' names because this movie was like literally the only thing that most of these people did, which I don't know what that says, that they felt the need to quit acting entirely.
I know exactly
afterwards.
what that says.
It's a bunch of nobodies who did nothing.
Except,
okay, I mean,
sorry, I was just going to say notable porn star.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so Harry Reams, who plays the pilot, so he's in like almost not in any of the movie at all. But I did want to point him out specifically because yes, he is apparently an iconic porn star because he was in like Deep Throat and stuff. But I was looking through the rest of his filmography and I really wanted to read some of these titles because they're so good. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he was in Asses to Asses, Lust to Lust.
That's a great title.
It's really good. Pulsating Flesh, which I don't know. That sounds like some Cronenberg
I was just saying, yeah, that's not horror.
Yeah.
That sounds
gross.
Yeah, that's gross.
Lust in Space.
That's a good one.
Horror of the Worlds. That one might be my favorite.
That's a good one.
For Your Thighs Only. Share Lick Holmes. Wet Rainbow. Kind of intrigued by that. Over Sexposure.
Listen, all rainbows are wet. They happen
by technically
after the
they
rain.
Have to be.
It's a wet one.
Yeah, all rainbows are wet ones.
And Flesh Pot on 42nd Street. That sounds horrible. And the last one that I'll read is The Slasher is the Sex Maniac. That's the title.
That one might not be porn.
Maybe it's not.
I think that
maybe it's
I think that one's just actually a Giallo movie. I don't think that one's actually porn.
Oh, maybe.
And
okay.
then the
maybe
next movie on her IMDb is called That Might Not Be Porn.
Yeah.
But it is porn.
But it is. Yeah. Okay, so this movie so clearly rips off Black Christmas, which is funny because I just watched that for the first time ever, actually, for a podcast like 2 days ago. And so that was very fresh in my mind. And so this movie is Black Christmas if the very opening scene of Black Christmas, where it's just like all of the girls like having a party and then they all go home. Like if they didn't go home, that's this movie.
Yeah.
Like it's just them having a party at like the sorority house in Santa Barbara. They say Plymouth, but it's Santa Barbara. And other than that, it follows a very similar, slasher trope repertoire, which is that it's a bunch of hot young people who are hooking up and getting killed in various ways. And so this starts with a hazing ritual, I guess, at the Calvin Finishing School, where they push it's not even clear. A lot of this movie, it's not really clear what's happening on screen when you're seeing it.
It's very unclear.
It's very, and then the kind of like follow-up scene to this that happens at the end of the movie also was very unclear, where I had to rewind it a couple times.
I rewound
it. How did that happen?
I rewound it too. I was like, first of all, that is a 15 to 20% chance of death max.
Yeah.
And they act like they're watching her being ripped apart by a shark.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And so it's funny too, because this movie starts off with this scene that is just, the effects are so bad. It's such an obvious mannequin that just like face plants to the street. And that's it.
It would be the 20th worst accident that happens in any Home Alone movie.
Yeah. You're supposed to get up from that.
It's almost nothing.
I like it took until the end of the film where where the killer kind of explains what they did, but the film starts with all these girls just screaming sorority as they chase this other girl upstairs. And then they say at the end the girl being chased was on drugs. And so I'm just like, oh, they were doing the Eric Andre nightmare bit. Where they're just like, nightmare. And they chase the woman off the balcony.
But they're yelling sorority.
Because, it's like you have no idea why it happens that she's suddenly over the balcony and dead. Like, it's not clear. It doesn't read well. And then so now we're a couple of years later, and some of the girls at the same sorority house are staying behind for the holiday break, and everyone else goes home. These girls are thirsty as fuck, and they for very unlikely targets most of the time. And
they are not discriminating.
Nope.
They're like, listen, just they went to the yellow pages and just scrolled down and just went the whole way down through the alphabet to pee, look for penis, and started calling people on the phone. I don't care what you look like. I don't give a fuck anything about you.
Oh my God. So many times I was like, wait, what?
I hate to be crass. I would never be crass on this podcast ever. That's not me.
God forbid.
That's not me. That's not who I am.
Of course not.
But I do have a note that says these hoes ain't loyal. So
because you know what? I was so confused for a lot of the movie about like who was paired off with who.
Yeah.
Because I thought
well, they were switching it up. Yeah, everyone is just.
I know, but I
think it's just.
It was like
fair to say they're down to clown.
Yeah, I thought like some of them were like boyfriend girlfriend, but then like the same character would be hooking up with someone else in like the next scene, and so I was just like, wait, are there pairings?
Well, they would even say stuff like the one time she was like, "I'm gonna marry that guy," and then 5 seconds later she's banging she's
banging the like police officer.
She's in bed with the first Mameluke with a hairy chest.
And he's so gross too.
Yeah, he's just dripping with oil and vinegar.
She literally, she like sets him up in a room. We'll get to why the cops are there later, but like she sets him up in a room and he's like, "Oh, who stays in this room?" And she's like, "I do." And he's like, "Oh," and she's like, "Holler if you need anything." And he goes, "Holler." Like that in her face, and she's like, maybe later. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Disgusting.
I thought he was gonna be like, because we're getting way ahead.
I know, sorry,
but I thought he was gonna be the creep.
Totally,
but it turns out they're both the creeps.
Yeah.
Because later,
I mean, he's more the creep, but yeah,
but like later he has a scene or a moment with one of the other cops where they're like, oh, like kind of shitting on the police force, and one of them is like, oh, maybe we should be the bad guys instead. And the creep cop says, well, there's a lot of material around here to be bad with. It's like, dude, you're the cop. And because the police chief is like, don't touch any of the girls, because he already knows that they're going to be doing that. So
yeah, obviously they have a history
he
that
has
he has to tell them don't.
Storied history of
that's exactly who you want to be cops guarding a sorority for sure.
Yeah, they're like, it's Christmas Eve. We got to guard the sorority house. Shit. The only people left are Lou and the other fucking
working
rapist.
over the holiday. Yeah.
Vinny and Vincenzo. I don't know what their real names are, but
I don't think they gave them names.
No.
So the house mother is Mrs. Jensen, and they like try to hide the fact from her that they're going to have these guys fly into the school on like a private plane, because I guess there's an airstrip.
These are like very wealthy.
This is
families.
weird. Yeah.
But it still doesn't add up, because the one kid has or assumedly his parents have like a little, I don't know shit about airplanes, but like a little private airplane that would seat like 4 to 6 people.
Yeah.
And they just fly into this remote area. Like they're going to come visit on an airplane. Why wasn't it a car or a boat? Like, why did it have to be an airplane?
They probably just had it
just to set up the kill later. But I don't know, because then the pilot, they just let him sleep next to the plane. It's really weird. Why didn't he come with them?
No, they make him sleep under the plane, on the dirt because the whole time they're there for like 2 days. And whenever they get there, they all pile out of the airplane and they're like, hey, what's up? Hey, let's mingle. And then the rich asshole kid is like, you stay here with the plane. So I figured this whole thing's going to be a 3-hour ordeal. It ends up being 2 days. And the whole time I'm thinking, where's the guy you made stay with the plane?
What's he
Turns
eating?
out he's just eating dirt, laying under the plane in a fucking sleeping bag.
Oh my God.
Apparently pissed drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just going to say, it's funny too, because later the house mother is like, oh, you seem so young to be flying. And they're like, oh, well, we brought a pilot. As though a pilot is just something you can just stash with you. I mean, you're just a person.
And I mean, it is technically Christmas time. So even then, he's just sleeping out in the cold in a sleeping bag.
Yeah, that the whole idea of this being in the Northeast went right out the window within the first 5 minutes.
It's ridiculous.
It's clearly in a warm environment.
Yeah.
And so we also have this other character creeping around, which is Ralph, the groundskeeper.
Fast Ralph.
Groundskeeper Willie.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
not a stew guy. Or no, he is a stew guy, I think.
No, he's a
big
stew guy. Whatever he is, he's a poor man's Chuck Connors, is what he really is.
Yes. Oh, yes. I thought that immediately with the overalls. He is tourist trap Chuck Connors, but kind of a little bit of Lenny from Of Mice and Men mixed in there, perhaps.
Yeah. He's not all there is the point. And he's kind of set up as a red herring because he's so off-putting, and he's especially creepy towards Nancy, who we should say is the main character, and if this were my podcast, would be the final girl of the story. We're not going to do this one on the podcast, but
no, you sure?
I'm not going to force Sarah to watch this one, but
well, it's funny. I think Ralph, if you went to like the Wikipedia page for the phrase red herring, they maybe should have a picture of Ralph. It was so on the nose that he was a red herring, so much so that every single time somebody was murdered, the very next frame was like a close up of Ralph's face.
Yeah. Well, he's also wearing the red long johns. So I'm not trying to give this movie any kind of credit that they would do any kind of production design like that. They wouldn't do anything like that. It just is a funny coincidence that he is wearing the red long johns as a red herring.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And so he's creeping on Nancy, which like a lot of people creep on Nancy, which is especially uncomfortable because she looks so childlike. The way they have her. They do. Yeah. Pigtails, and the way they have her styled and the way that she talks and the way that everyone acts towards her, it's like they're treating her like she's a 6-year-old that they're attracted to. Like, it's disgusting. And
she is a sexy baby the whole time. They're just trying to like infantilize her. Literally pigtails, which is so creepy. And then they have her in this like sheer little like blouse.
Yeah.
The character reads 15 years younger than all the rest of the women in the house.
And like the pigtails don't even happen till later in the film. So it's like, it's like she, or obviously the director is like, how about we make you more of a little baby for the rest of this movie?
If the only thing that would have been more egregious is if they had her walk around with a doll.
Yeah.
Like, that is literally the only thing that would have been more egregious.
Or up on her toes.
Yeah. Because she's like, she's also kind of meek, and she's kind of the fearful one who's like asking everyone, do you think we're in danger? Like, are we in danger? And then also, while everyone else is getting shit-faced and like having sex, she is chilling by herself, drinking glasses of milk.
Yes, there's a lot of milk play the whole way through this movie. They roofie somebody's milk. She's always drinking milk. It's an uncomfortable amount of milk discussion in this movie.
It's not great.
Milk and PBR is what this movie runs on.
Oh, that should be the title.
Milk and PBR. God. Okay, so everyone starts hooking up all over the place. The one girl, like the first kill that we see is like this random girl who's outside. I don't even think they've started partying yet, but she's outside and she gets stabbed by someone in a Santa costume. Okay. And then later, this one girl who's putting on this really weird accent / affect.
It was a bold acting decision.
It's so out of place in everything that's happening. And so she goes to get the beer from the fridge. She gets her throat slit. Her boyfriend, but hookup, I don't know, goes looking for her, and then he gets smashed by a rock, like bashed over the head.
Well, it was a big rock.
It is. It is a big old rock.
It is a big rock.
The first few kills are very pedestrian. But it ramps up pretty good. I have to give it some credit. It ramps up pretty good. There's a couple kills later that you're like, boy, howdy. Didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, well, some of them also don't make a lot of sense, but we'll get to that.
No.
So, like, there's also a lot of chasing people around in this movie. And I don't mean like the killer chasing them. I mean like them chasing each other. It's kind of like what we were talking about with Sabretooth way back when, where like that girl like takes her shirt off and then she's like, chase me, like through the forest. They're doing that. It's so stupid. I'm like, do they think that adults actually act like this? Because there's a ping pong table and this one couple is like chasing each other around the ping pong table repeatedly because she's like, you'll have to catch me, I'm the fastest girl in school. It's like, what? Okay. And then like later the main guy who's kind of like the nerdy guy, even though he's also hooking up with everyone, he's like goes after Nancy like that too. He starts to kind of like put on this weird like creepy limp and he's like and like going after her.
Yeah.
Why?
I was like, is this a cultural thing that we missed, or was this written by people who have never had any type of relationship
That's what I think it is.
Anyone? Yeah.
It was written by druggy buffoons and directed by druggy buffoons. That's the only thing I can come up with.
The idea it's every single romantic interlude starts with either chasing or wrestling.
Yeah.
Or like tickling.
Just horseplay.
So dumb.
They're getting horseplay and foreplay mixed up.
Well, let's remember that it was written by the guy who wrote Sex, Pain, and Murder. So
yes.
I don't know what that says about it, but so okay.
A lot of horseplay in that series.
I'm sure. So then this couple is hooking up and there's a suit of armor in the room. This one I had to rewind a couple times too, because I was like, who's holding the crossbow right now? And so a crossbow factors into some of these kills. I don't know why. There's no like real theme to the killing. And so the couple's having sex and the guy gets the crossbow bolt like through the back of his head, comes out his mouth, almost gets the girl too. And then she does some of the worst fake screaming I've ever heard in my life, where she's like, ah. And then the suit of armor picks up an axe and like decapitates her.
Yeah. I mean, this was the high point of the movie for me.
But this is what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. If you think about it, it doesn't make any sense, but that's what I love about it.
No. He sat, so they were in that room the whole time.
Right.
And that was part of the conversation between them, is like everyone else is like going off to their little nooks and crannies of this house to go get busy. And he's like, let's just stay here. And she's like, no, somebody will see us. And he's like, no, everyone's off doing their own thing. Whatever. What's her name? The pigtails.
Nancy.
She does actually see them through the window.
Yeah.
So they are just in the living room. And then we're meant to believe that the killer was hiding in the suit of armor the whole time. But that's impossible because he was killing other people.
But there's more than one killer, right?
Yeah, there's more than one.
Well, yes,
there's more than one killer.
It could have been one or the other.
Yeah.
I like to believe that at some point while they were, jabberjawing, a suit of armor just slowly slinked into the room and they never noticed.
That's much funnier if a suit of armor just sidesteps its way in.
Sure.
On top of her acting when she gets killed, though, the acting before that is like, those can't be your fuck noises. Like, you're not.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah, it's bad.
You're not allowed to make that noise during sex because somebody would correct you.
These are the least sexy sex scenes of any movie. It's
oh my god.
egregious.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it's like this is the horniest not horny movie of all time.
This is the horniest movie to make you soft.
Oh my god, yes. It is the least arousing and simultaneously most horny movie of all time. And I could not get past, speaking of the acting, I could not get past I think her name's Leah.
Yes.
Leia. Yeah, Leia, whatever.
Leah,
the redhead.
She is doing a straight up Margot Kidder impression.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, and
from Black Christmas.
Exactly. From Black Christmas.
Barb.
Yeah, exactly. That was my first. I was like, oh, she's the Barb.
Yeah.
Because she's the partier.
I mean, she's doing an impression almost.
Yeah, totally.
Like she's using her same affection. Because if you remember, I mean, for those who don't remember and who couldn't blame you for not remembering who Barb was. But Barb's the one who like takes the phone call from the pervert breathing and tells him off.
Yep.
She's the kind of crass older girl
Always
who's always like
drinking.
boozing
Yep.
and stuff in Black Christmas. This character of Leah, and I don't know what the actor's name is, but she is literally just trying to mimic the Barb character.
Her name is Judith Bridges.
I mean, you could tell they were like, be Barb.
Yeah. Do this.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, and that's why, like, I mean, there's a few characters here that mirror characters in Black Christmas. And then even Nancy is she kind of has that angelic innocence like Jess has from Black Christmas.
Yeah.
The house mother is not nearly as much fun in this one as in
not even close.
She was my favorite character in Black Christmas. But, okay. So then there's this really stupid scene where Melody is trying to seduce the nerdy guy, and she gets him up into her room, and he's being really, really dorky about it. And he's saying things like, "Oh dear, oh my God." And she's like, strips down, and she is asking him, "What do you think of this?" And he's like, literally not even looking at her. And he's just like, "Yeah, it's nice." And she's like, "Just nice." And then she gets him, this doofus, into her bed. And
a twin bed, by the way.
Oh my God, all of these beds are so small. I'm like, how are you doing?
This is a child's bed.
The whole movie has these tiny beds. And then I guess this is her come on. She says, "Who buys your shorts?" He says, "I do." And she goes, "They're awful." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And he takes his shorts off. Like, that's how she gets him to take his shorts off, is by saying they're ugly. And then
he goes full Piglet and just starts going, "Oh, dear, 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 dear." The whole time they're in the bed.
Which is funny.
She's just, you almost start at one point feeling bad for him.
Yeah.
Like she's like slinging him around, just like she's really physically and emotionally manipulating this man.
Yeah, but like
this young man.
I know, but then when you see more of him throughout the movie later, you're like, "Oh no, wait, he's kind of a creep too." And so I don't know. It's like it didn't fit with his character for him to be so nebbish in this moment, because then later he's shown to be like quite confident, and he's pursuing Nancy and all this other stuff. So
yeah, this was like a thing in this. Oh, go ahead, Steve. I think you're going to say the same thing I was going to say. Probably.
I was just going to say it's just the fact that like he gets a little bit of pussy.
Yeah.
And then that just suddenly turns him into a sex fiend, because
that's how all 70s and 80s movies are. Is exactly what I was going to say. After you lose your virginity, you turn into a cartoon wolf.
Yeah. You have awooga eyes at all times, and
your tongue rolls
your
out.
Your tongue turns into stairs. Yeah.
And then he does that exact same thing. He tries to infect Nancy with the same sort of sex virus, because you know, like you mentioned earlier, they are just walking together out in the garden, and out of nowhere he's just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna chase you now, woman."
He turns into Igor. Like
literally, that's how he's walking. And they run into like a wall of bushes. They don't even she doesn't even run the easy way. They're running through like foliage. It's just, I rewound that scene a couple times too, because I was like, did I just miss something? Because one annoying thing about this movie is there was no subtitles available. And I watch everything with subtitles on, especially because sometimes I'm like writing quotes down, and also because it's like, okay, the jump scares are really loud, everything else is really quiet. So I like kept missing stuff, and I was like, that had to be important, right? And then I would rewind, and then I'm like, oh, that was just nonsense, just complete gibberish.
Yeah. It was just, "I'm a little baby, I'm going for the hedges. Oh no, a body. I found a body. I'm scared."
Yeah, so I was just going to get there. So she literally stumbles over Ralph's corpse, which pops up like a haunted house attraction. It's so strange. And I guess his head is bashed in. I don't know.
That's what I was going to ask. I would like for somebody to tell me what happened to Ralph.
I don't know.
Because here's what it looks like to me. He's Wile E. Coyote and he got tricked into holding onto a stick of dynamite too long.
What it looks like to me,
That's what he looks like.
he just fell. His head just did that. Like, he actually didn't get murdered because we didn't see it, so it wasn't important. He just died.
But he was like, he had like black, his face was like black.
Yeah.
But like there was also a spot on his head that was like,
Yeah, he thought too hard
like
and
red?
his brain did that.
That might be right. This is what it looked like. You know how like in a Wile E. Coyote or a Bugs Bunny cartoon or something, and somebody gets tricked into holding onto the explosive device too long?
Yeah.
That's what happened to Ralph.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they put it in a hot dog bun, and he thought it was a hot dog, and ended up. That's what happened.
He was out.
That's the only way you get that series of injuries.
Yeah. He was out tending to the garden, and in the garden there was some rabbits, and then the rabbits turned his shotgun barrel back towards him, and he fucking blew his own face up.
And blew a groove, or he was picking carrots, and from underneath, Bugs made one of the carrots dynamite, and he picked it up and it exploded.
Yep. Has nothing to do with anything else that's happening.
Okay,
God. This is just separate story we're not part of.
Oh, it's like, exactly. We don't need to know. We can. There's subtext there that I'm sure people can put the pieces together. So. Okay, so this is when shit kind of hits the fan, because then everyone's like, oh, okay, there's a murderer. Maybe he's dead somehow. And then meanwhile, this is when Leah is hooking up with that gross cop. And she's like, I'm gonna go take a shower. And he's like, okay, have fun. And she's like, I already did. And I'm like,
we should call out that Leah is 10 years older than all the other women.
Yeah.
Easily. They're all in their mid-20s, supposed to be playing like 19-year-olds.
Nancy's the only one who looks like of it. Well, she even looks too young, but
right.
Yeah, she looks 15, and this woman looks conservatively 38.
Yeah. Her hairline is, I mean, like my hairline, and I'm 40-ish, so yeah, she shouldn't be there. And then she is playing kind of like she's trying to do Sissy Spacek and Margot Kidder at the same time. And it's just like, man, none of this is working for anybody. And I don't know, like you're just kind of being gross in a bed with another gross guy.
Another minuscule bed. Yes.
Yeah.
And then so she goes to take a shower. This is one of the like few times we get actual nudity. She's basically completely stripped down. And when she opens the shower door, curtain, whatever, she sees the first girl's head like oriented on. I was wondering if it was supposed to be like, okay, would the water like flow down out of her mouth or something? Because it's like the bottom of her neck is like on the. Anyway, her head's in there.
It's strange. Yeah, her head's in there. And I took the same thing. It's like, what did they think this was going to look
Soap
like?
on a rope.
Whatever they thought it was going to look like is not. Maybe you might be right. Whatever they were trying to do, it didn't really translate.
No, it seemed like there was a scene missing where they actually like did something with it. But because the funny thing is, throughout this, we've also been seeing the killer in the Santa Claus outfit burying multiple corpses. There's like many scenes of it.
So much digging.
It's like, that's not an easy feat.
Yeah, imagine burying like multiple adult corpses wearing full Santa garb.
Right.
Like, you're going to be really sweaty. You're dehydrated.
Horrible.
That suit stinks.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's going to be horrible. So
he's going to have to return that because he rented it. So he didn't own that suit.
I gotta rent this suit to do a murder. The hell is that accent he does?
Yeah.
What is anyone's acting accents? It's a mess. Everything's a mess.
Yeah.
They're obviously in California, but it's supposed to be New England. And then the main cop has this kind of like sort of northeastern, but it's not mid-Atlantic. But he's just like, I'm here to investigate a murder. It's like, ugh.
I think he was like trying to do like Boston at one point, but he just lost it.
Yeah.
And they just didn't do another take.
Yeah. Nobody's heard a Boston accent in California in the 70s or 80s.
Yeah.
Okay, so Leah is so she's like freaking out because she sees the head. And then the cop kind of like lunges against the door because he's been stabbed in the back. And so he's dying. So she is screaming a lot and the killer's kind of standing there. And from that point on, Leah has what I can only assume is a major psychotic break. She cuts ties with reality after this.
Yeah.
And that was another thing hard. I had to rewind.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I was like, did something happen that I missed?
Yeah. Because
the way she's acting is not lining up with even how somebody who was like she's not catatonic. She's the opposite. She goes into like she is crazy how people go crazy in cartoons and like Looney Tunes. They just start like singing and dancing and like, yeah.
Well, that's what I rewound because like right after this, there's a scene where like Nancy or whoever hears the singing and then they're like, oh, it's Leah. And then it cuts to Leah wearing this like white gown. Her hair is all crazy and she's got like makeup all over her face. And that was what I kept rewinding because I was like, there seems like something that happened in between where she was naked on the floor of the shower and now. But we don't know what that is. We only assume that she went crazy, I guess, because this is her character for the rest of the movie.
Yeah. Like she'll just be in the background doing like
twirls,
kind of ballet type. Yeah. And she's just, yeah, it's a bizarre decision.
It is, but this is actually one of the decisions I'm on board with because it adds a little bit of intrigue to what is otherwise like a pretty flat movie. Like at least it's memorable. You know, you're like, oh yeah,
that's true.
That was weird. And then so also Melody, having deflowered Alex, now is gonna hook up with TJ, I guess. And TJ is kind of like the bro who's trying to get with everyone. They go out into the forest and they're making out. And then the killer like slips some piano wire or like a garrote or something like around his neck and then starts pulling him up so that it's like slicing into his neck and choking him. And he dies.
Yeah. So whoever killed TJ, and spoiler alert, we already mentioned there are two killers. Whoever they are is capable of curling about 185 pounds, which is pretty impressive.
Fuck.
Yeah. TJ's not a small guy. No. You could tell he's like a pretty husky gentleman. I would imagine he weighs at least, 185, 190. Yeah. And this is, again, first time watch for me. I was assuming the killer was just the mom.
Yeah.
Or not the mom, the house mother.
Right.
Yeah.
Same.
And I'm like, whoa, house mother just curled 185. She clearly weighs much less than that.
I know, that confused me too, because by that point I was like, okay, it's the house mother. Because they have a dumb scene where the girls like go to talk to her and they're like, we're in danger. People are being murdered and whatever. And she's very much like, whatever. Okay.
I don't think so.
Yeah, she's so buffoonishly like not believing any of it. They're like, I don't know that we need to get the cops involved or any of this.
We got two big strong police officers. I think we'll be safe.
We'll be fine. Yeah. You girls can stay here. It's not a big deal. And those boys that aren't supposed to be here, they can stay too. Everybody can stay and have a good time. I'm gonna go do sewing.
We got stew for everyone.
It was just like, that was the moment where I was like, oh, okay, the house mother, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a pretty crazy scene. And it leads to another crazy scene, which is that Melody tries to escape to the plane. And the pilot, who, was sleeping underneath the plane, she wakes him up. This is the porn star. She is like, we got to get out of here. And he's understandably like really groggy and confused and probably dehydrated and hungry. And she is like, start the plane. And then I guess one of the killers, I don't know how this happened exactly, but one of the killers is like sitting in the plane. And
she's in the cockpit.
In the cockpit somehow. And which we just saw them garroting like TJ from the tree. And anyway, I guess maybe it's the other one. I don't know. And then starts up like the plane's propellers, and it I guess chops up both the pilot and Melody, because there's just like gore that like flies across the plane.
It's a little bit, the Austin Powers scene of the person coming at him with the steamroller, because they're fixing the engine. He's fixing the engine, the pilot. And as they start fixing the engine, they look up. Santa is in the cockpit, and the pilot should know, get away from the propeller, because it's not like it happens like a gunshot. This is going to take 3 seconds.
You probably hear
2
it,
seconds
maybe?
at least.
Yeah,
of course. But no, they stand there and get chopped up by the propeller off screen.
You see, this movie came out in 1980, when the real thing is you see it happen in Raiders of the Lost Ark 4 years later. And that's the proper way to do it, because it's a plane that's out of control, just spinning. And it's just, they don't know how to use their plane in this film. They didn't understand. The movie technology wasn't there. It took a visionary
Airplanes were brand new in 1980.
Yeah, it took the visionary Spielberg. They
hadn't existed for decades.
To just really teach you how to chop somebody up with a propeller blade.
Yeah.
It's so giant. I mean, I will say that when I started this movie, I was not expecting there to be a plane propeller kill at any point. Yeah. So that's something.
No, I did not expect that either. We should have saw the plane and thought like Chekhov's airplane, but no, I did not think about it. Didn't think about it for a second.
Neither did I. I didn't think it would ever come back. It's just one of those things.
Maybe to escape.
Yeah.
Like maybe just to fly away, which I guess she was trying to, but like not to, slice people up.
It's one of those things where like they obviously just had access to a plane. And so they used it as, production value, because it just occurs in this random fucking field. And that's why we never see Harry Reams, the famous porn star, go back to the house with them, because they probably either filmed this before or after everything else. And they're just like,
definitely,
we'll just tack this on, I guess, and we'll have this thing that we can do. But like,
Harry's not allowed near school.
Yeah, but Harry, you can't come back to the house. You can't be part with the regular folk.
Harry, you're an outside dog. You're not inside.
Yes,
exactly. Okay, so we're like right at the end now, and this is where the mask comes off, and we learn that one of the killers is Mrs. Jensen, who is mad because the mannequin who died at the beginning was her daughter. And this is where she kind of reveals that, there was some drugging, I guess, that happened. And then...
Yeah, you gave my baby drugs.
Yeah, she's like, she was so young and so beautiful. And so they have this dumbass pursuit, I guess, where she's going after Nancy, and then this is the scene where it makes no sense at all. They don't even tell you what happened. She pursues Nancy through the house. Nancy goes out onto the balcony where the girl had died previously, and then it cuts back to the shot that we saw at the beginning of the girl falling, and then it shows us that Mrs. Jensen fell and she's on the ground. That's it. I don't know.
Yeah, they try to tie two scenes together and it doesn't work. At some point I forget, she goes outside or comes back in or something, but they're separated for a minute.
Yeah.
So much so that Mrs. Jensen can hide behind around a corner.
Yeah, true.
And then she's going to kind of sneak attack somebody, which, listen, I'm no serial killer, but if you're going to sneak attack somebody, don't yell die. As you're about to stab them. She jumps around, yells die, of course gives her plenty of time to get out of the way. Right. And I guess that's how she gets out of the way, and then kind of trips over her and stumbles over the edge. I don't know.
The movie is just waves its hands connect the dots. She's off the ground. She's on the ground. Yeah.
That balcony was nearby enough for this to happen.
You figure it out.
I think the balcony is the true killer here. Yeah, exactly. We don't have enough money.
This whole movie, and this is getting to my main point, is all anti-balcony propaganda, and I do not appreciate it.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. So I assume that Nancy caused her to fall off or something, and that she didn't just use her own killing momentum to fling herself over the balcony. But so she's dead now, and then Nancy is inside the house having a meltdown, and then another killer shows up also in the Santa costume, and he's like, you killed my daughter and you killed my wife. And then like he reveals that he's the police chief, I guess, which means like he was
the detective from earlier.
He was
with
like
the loud
married,
jacket.
Yeah. He was like married to a house mother.
Yeah.
This whole
Well,
time.
here's at first I thought it was going to be, at first I was like, oh, okay. So he was never a cop at all. He was just, this was a whole deranged like thing that they set up. And then I was like, no, he had two cops that worked for him.
Right.
And then I was like, that means he's a real cop, right?
Yeah.
And if those two cops are there, wouldn't they make mention or know that the place they're going to investigate a murder is where their boss's wife works?
Yeah.
Or here's my theory, and this is just an apologist take here, is those two freaking gabagool eating hairy bastards, one who got the most lackadaisical axe to the face in movie history, and the other one who, died after, banging a teenager, I think. They weren't actually cops. They were just goons for hire that this guy said, I'll pay you $100 each and all the salumi you can eat if you come and pretend to be cops for an evening.
That's very possible, especially with the line earlier about like, well, we could just be the bad guys instead.
Yep.
Because
they're not even dressed like cops. They're wearing like something you would see like, late 70s, early 80s, like door-to-door salesmen like wear.
Well, yeah, they're all dressed like shitty Starsky and Hutch is what they're all dressed like.
I guess so.
They're not Columbo, but they're in that realm of like, yeah, man, I'm just a detective who goes door to door solving crimes and that. I'm here to solve your murders.
It's like in the late 90s, early 2000s when, it really started with Beverly Hills Cop with Eddie Murphy, where it was just like, oh, detectives can just wear like a zip up hoodie.
Right, yeah. You can just be
and then
whatever.
After that, for like 20 years, all detectives wore zip up hoodies.
Yep. Yeah. Well, yeah.
This was pre Eddie Murphy, clothing for detectives.
Yeah, all of these guys are dressed like the detectives that were like, part of the Beverly Hills police force. They're all dressed like Taggart. So,
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this twist makes no sense, but it happens. And then he's kind of wrestling with Nancy, and Alex gets the crossbow, I guess, and shoots it into the cop's back, and he dies. And then they flee, I guess.
And then they get away.
Then the movie ends with Leah doing her little creepy doll dance on the balcony, I guess.
Yeah.
They just leave without her. They go, no, I know she's still alive, but she's brain dead. And we're going to leave her to the buzzards.
Yeah, they're just like, well, don't care. Bye.
The whole time I was wondering, okay, was she in on the killings? Because she's acting like she was, like she's being super creepy. And then there's even that part where the Mrs. Jensen is like pursuing Nancy, and Leah's kind of like holding on to Nancy and kind of like laughing. And I was like, is she one of them? But then it turns out she's just crazy.
And
she just lost it.
It doesn't make any sense because Leah is supposedly horrified at the revelation that the house mother is killing them, meaning Leah would know why it's happening.
True.
Like Nancy doesn't know why it's happening because Nancy was 12 the year before, so she wasn't at the finishing school. And so
she says that multiple times. She's I didn't even know her. I wasn't even here. What do you mean? I
wasn't here. Leave me alone, you crazy bitch.
I don't even know. I don't know you, mister. The ending, it's an ending.
It's an ending.
Quick, let's end this movie.
Yeah, I guess we're done.
I will say the only thing that could have made this movie better and perhaps even fixed all of the issues in the last act, a third Santa.
Yeah, absolutely.
You add a third Santa in here, it's a new ballgame.
Third Santa out of nowhere. Like, it could be a character that we've never been introduced to, which is fine.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
the pilot, like,
I was
actually,
just gonna say that.
Yeah.
the pilot didn't die in that scene. He just simply
Yeah.
pushed Melody into the propeller like it was a setup,
Exactly.
and the pilot
Yeah.
was her brother, Third Santa.
Oh,
I was gonna say it was a dog.
Okay.
Like he takes the Santa mask off. It's a dog.
Like
Sure, why not?
invasion of the Body Snatchers style.
Yeah, just take it off. It's a dog.
I like this hypothetical movie that we've painted.
Yeah.
A word picture
We
of.
punched it up.
The
We punched
dog
it up.
just does angry barks. It's like,
Yeah, they just do the whole thing where they put like peanut butter in the dog's
Yeah.
mouth and then they just voice over.
nothing in the rule book says a dog can't be Santa.
Oh,
Okay, so
well,
that's it. To all a good night. That's not the end of the podcast. That's just the name of the movie. So
I should have actually. That should be the end of the podcast because now
Oh,
we got to
boy.
talk about the Gingerdead Man. All right, so we've of course saved the best for last, and I'm pouring myself another beer here, just to get through this part of the discussion because we're talking about my movie, The Gingerdead Man, from the year of our Lord 2005. Steve, this is one you've seen this before? Is that
for
correct?
sure. For sure. And
Yeah.
I've seen it once regularly back when it first came out. And then I believe there's a Riff Tracks version that I've watched as well because it's like, why not?
I have seen, I don't know how many there are. I have seen at least 4 Gingerdead Man movies. This being, of course, the original, which I've seen a couple times, including the Riff Tracks version. I've also seen Gingerdead Man 2, The Passion of the Crust.
Yes, I've seen that.
I love that title. I love that title.
Yeah. And then Gingerdead Man 3, Saturday Night Cleaver, which, as you might imagine, there's the disco component. And then I have also seen Gingerdead Man versus Evil Bong.
Yes.
I will say that I have also seen that. I have not seen, apparently came out just this year, Gingerdead Man, Murderthon. I don't know what that is.
I can tell you immediately I haven't seen it and I know what it is. Charles Band, the businessman that he is,
Question mark?
Whatever he is.
has taken to a very kind of sleazy, slimy thing of just taking like the best moments of all the previous films and jamming them into like a montage.
Oh, no.
Like a super cut.
Yeah, he makes
Like a clip show?
Yeah, he makes a YouTube clip show and then puts that out as a movie.
I mean,
Okay. Yeah, that sounds right. That feels like it
does sound right.
really meshes with what I would expect from. And listen, I'm saying this with the utmost respect. He is one of the all-time just kings of schlock, Charles Band.
But that's the thing.
But
Like, I want to say, like, going into this that I hadn't seen this one before. I do have a like guilty pleasure soft spot for a lot of the stupid ass like full moon productions and
same.
And like, you know, and I love horror comedy and I love camp and I'm totally on board with like stupid horror movies. And so I actually felt like, oh, this might be something I actually am going to really enjoy. Oh, tragic. I was so wrong. But we'll get into that.
Head of the family, this is not. We will say that right now. Head of the family, one of my absolute favorite, directed, produced, full moon feature, Charles Band. This is not that. This is a movie where somehow Gary Busey owed somebody some money and they said, well, how about you come in for 90 minutes and we'll wipe away your debt. And he was like, okay, fine. So yeah, this has some other folks that you might see like Robin Sidney. She is a full moon feature regular. A guy named Ryan Locke, who I thought I recognized, but I do not believe I do.
Isn't Robin Sidney married to Charles Band?
Yes.
Is that his wife?
Well,
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So technically they didn't get married until 2023, but I believe this may have been the film. It may have broken up his marriage with another woman. But yeah, Robin Sidney has been like his long-term girlfriend since this movie. And then they officially got married in 2023.
Gotcha. The only other, I think, probably person that you might recognize their face, I couldn't place him until I started looking at the things he's been in, and he's plays like small bit parts, and he's a character actor, prolific character actor, Larry Cedar, who plays Jimmy Dean, the guy who's opening up the bakery across the street with the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
He has been in a ton of things, including Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Constantine, the Twilight Zone movie, the remake of The Crazies. He's been in an absolute shitload of stuff, as well as Demonic Toys and some other, Charles Band fodder as well. But yes, I mean that would be an example of a fun. Not that this wasn't fun, but it has about 10 minutes of fun.
Yeah.
And then the rest just all be put down the garbage disposal. Yeah.
Oh, this is he has a great credit. That's only funny to me because I know you don't like the show, but he is he plays Chevy Chase's super racist dad in Community.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Not that I don't like it. I just never really watched it too much.
Yeah.
But okay. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, I tell you, I immediately recognized his face. I was like, what do I know him from? And I'm looking down. I was like, oh, I just know him a little bit from a million things.
Oh, he's also in Deadwood,
which I love.
Yeah.
He was.
I love that type of actor.
That's right. Yeah. He's one of those guys.
Yeah.
Like, you'll never remember his name, but you'll always know his face.
Mm-hmm.
Great character actor, great career. In any case, this would not be probably, if you asked him, probably not one of his crowning achievements. This, however, does, I think, it has to hold some sort of record. We were talking about, Steve, in your movie, somebody getting killed, I mean, probably 90 seconds into the movie, maybe 2 minutes into the movie. This is 2 to 3 seconds into the movie, somebody dies.
It happens.
I actually rewound it because it feels like something is missing. Like what we were talking about with the last movie. It feels like a whole intro is missing here. It just like instant puts you in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you're channel surfing. You land on a movie and you just start watching it from there.
Yeah. And it's already like 10 minutes in. They've established things and things are happening. No, this is very jarring.
The first murder of this film happens within the J cut of the establishing shot, in which you hear the audio cue, lead the visual of the first murder of like you're in a diner and then gunshot fade into woman dead on a counter.
Woman dead on a counter. We have the only time we get Gary Busey in the flesh. He clearly, there's no costume, right? He just showed up in like a t-shirt and they put an ill-fitting sport coat on him. And he's in a diner with a gun. You don't know why. You don't know for what reason. It doesn't matter. He plays Millard Findelmeyer.
Like, what is that
wild name?
What is that?
Why would you name your killer that? Here's what we know about Millard, and all you have to know about Millard. He is a murderer.
Yep.
There's no other depth to his character. He is, for some reason, in a diner, and he's killing people. That's all we know. There is clearly more backstory in the script that was cut out or didn't make sense or it was unusable.
I think you're giving them a lot of
Busey.
credit. I don't think there was ever a backstory written for Gingerdead Man.
This is the only reason I say that, is because at one point Gary Busey suggests it, I think 2 points. One in this first sequence, and then one time later on, where he suggests that there's some sort of redemption or revenge or something he has to do for his mother.
Yeah, that's right.
And he says, like, because he doesn't want to shoot the girl at the beginning. He kills the dad. He kills the brother. He doesn't want to shoot her, but he has to shoot her without killing her because of it's something that he's doing for his mother.
I think he said his mother always insisted that he like finish a job, I guess, and it's not finished if the girl is left unshot. I don't know.
Maybe that's all it is. Yeah, maybe I read into it too much, but it got me thinking that there was something else to the whole mother story. And maybe I missed it because we're going to get to more of it in a second. But the whole mother thing was at best lightly implied. Until the very end. But in any case, you get Gary Busey. He's shooting people in a diner. We don't know why. There's no motivation. There's no backstory, but that's it. But boy, he's chewing on the scenery. He's doing his Gary Busey best. He leaves. So this is the Lee family. They're a baking family. They own a bakery. Sarah Lee, of course, is her name. There's a lot of baking references in here. So kills most of the Lee family, leaves Sarah and her mother Betty, aka
Muddy Buddy.
her mother Betty. So Betty Crocker. We get it. Leaves them alive. In this scene, I don't know if Gary Busey is terrible or amazing. I do not know.
Yes.
Yes.
So the Nicolas Cage effect.
I mean, he is doing a very Nicolas Cage, like coked out of his brain.
Oh my God.
Yeah. There's a lot of opening credits. We already touched on this. It's like 10 fucking minutes. It feels like of opening credits. Also, I don't know where you guys watched it. I watched it on AMC Plus.
I watched it on Amazon Prime Video, the remastered version.
Oh, okay. Is that
my version? Looked like it was filmed on a fucking toaster.
Oh, okay. Mine was pretty good, but that's not a plus.
Mine looked unbelievably bad, like so grainy.
I literally tried everywhere except fucking Amazon because like it's on Shudder and it's on it's on Shudder, it's on Tubi, it's on Fossum, it's on Plex, it's on everything. And every single version looks like it was filmed on a Game Boy Color. It is absolutely impossible to make any kind of like definition out of anything.
Funny. Okay, I had a much different experience then.
Oh, you got the good one because I didn't remember that the first time. So I probably, there's no good ones, but I think that I probably watched it the same cut that you watched, Kelly, the first time because I don't remember it being this bad. This was horrible. Like it was so grainy. Anyway, it kind of adds some charm, to be honest with you. So Sarah and her mom they're the surviving member of the Lee family. They're running this bakery. Gary Busey was caught. And then they testified against him. He was put to death. Unfortunately, we don't see any of this, but we read it via clippings from a newspaper that are hanging on the wall in the bakery for some reason.
Also, her like coworker is like, "Oh my God, like what's his face is getting executed." And just like it's
they're all talking about it. It's like, don't bring it up. Yeah, Brick, the one guy who works in the bakery, his name's Brick.
The wrestling wannabe, is that him?
Yeah, yes. We get the bad again. A lot of references here. Like the bad guy's name's Jimmy Dean for some reason. I don't know why the sausage guy had to come into play, but
because they literally just run out of puns and they don't get them all right. Because so Brick, his name is Brick Field, so that's Mrs. Field's cookies. They have Jimmy Dean, the sausage guy. You have Betty Lee, but it's actually supposed to be Betty Crocker. That's probably her maiden name, which is written in the the pre-script that you don't know. Jimmy Dean's daughter is Lorna Dean, but that's Lorna Doone cookies. And
I didn't get that one. Okay.
And Ryan Locke, who plays Amos, famous Amos cookies.
Yes. Famous
Amos. I got that one. Yeah.
His last name is Cadbury. That's chocolate.
Yeah,
you fucking
like
asshole.
Cadbury chocolate. Yeah.
They're like,
it's
this is a food name, right?
Yeah.
Something that's edible.
Cadbury doesn't make cookies.
If it was just like Joey Pepsi,
My name's Coca-Cola Pepsi.
hey, here comes Ricky Doritos. Yeah.
Watch out, it's RC Mountain Dew.
They just gave up pretty early on. So there's a cloaked person that they're working in the bakery, whatever. Brick's there. Julia is another employee there, and then you have Sarah, who's kind of running the show.
Julia needs to fix her fucking name because I don't know what the reference is. She's
I didn't get that. Yeah, is there a reference I'm
I
missing?
don't know.
Anyway,
Should be fucking Fago Totino's pizza rolls.
Hey, is Julia post Fruity Pebbles? But she, like, for some reason, Betty is like, you know, she's like an alcoholic. She's kind of like useless, wandering around. So it's really up to Sarah to keep things together. But the business is struggling. Blah blah blah. They're waiting for a delivery of gingerbread seasoning. I'm pretty sure that the only spice that goes into gingerbread is ginger. That's the primary.
Okay, I was so confused about this too. I was like, what even is composing the gingerbread spice that they have a massive like container of?
Yeah, it's just ginger. Normally it's just ginger. Also, and guys, I don't want to get all out and brown on you, but seasoning is salt. Spices and herbs are different things. Those aren't seasonings. You should fucking know that. Anyway, yeah, it's a whole big giant, like a tub of some sort of powdered mix that looks like pancake mix, but apparently it's gingerbread seasoning. They did not consult any actual bakers, obviously, when they made
clearly not.
The person who delivers it to the back door is like this cloaked figure. Apparently, we're meant to know that is Gary Busey. I'm not even going to say Millard. It's Gary Busey. Because Gary Busey's probably also a murderer in real life, I just assume. So it's like, they're interchangeable in my mind. Gary Busey's mom, who delivers this, we're meant to know or something. And he delivers the seasoning and they start using it immediately in the recipes. Brick wants to be a wrestler. That's like kind of a side thing. He's trying to get Sarah to come to a wrestling match with him down at the Moose Lodge. He cuts himself while opening the container and bleeds
all up in it.
Container.
They make no attempt to even like not bleed into it. It's like he's trying to add blood to the recipe.
Food service. Anybody with any type of food service experience is immediately terrified by this entire situation. But he just bleeds and everything. He's like, hey, it'll come out in the bake. Don't worry about it. Mom, by the way, Betty, is just outside with a bottle of liquor and a shotgun, just blasting the building across the street, which is apparently a big like chain bakery owned by the Dean family that's going to open up and put them out of business. By the way, again, they didn't consult anybody here because now we cut back to the dough that's fermenting because Brick has mixed together the dough that's got the blood and the seasoning and all that stuff. Apparently the mom, when they brought this, knew that somebody was going to bleed into it. But now in the dough that's in the mixer, that's being left to ferment in the mixer. Again, I don't mean to like harp on this, but that's not where the fermentation would happen in the mixer. But they're doing it in the mixer, and then a formed hand, which we later come to learn that she has to form the Gingerdead Man. Why is there a hand coming out of the dough? That doesn't make sense. And the hand also has like a middle finger sticking up. I don't know if you mentioned that.
I mean, because so much of this is a Chucky ripoff, right? Like a really poorly done Chucky ripoff. Like he's doing a Chucky imitation. So
you are 100% right. I did not actually think about that, but now I feel stupid for having not thought about that. It is clearly a Chucky. It's a singular entity in my mind, but yes, it is absolutely Chucky. So we meet the Deans, Jimmy Dean and Lorna. They're coming around, intimidating them, saying like, hey, quit being an asshole. Let me just buy your building. We're going to hand you a huge amount of cash and, whatever. Lorna, after they leave, Lorna comes in to the bakery with zero plan. Roughly, her plan is to bring a rat in to the bakery, release it, I guess allow it to breed with what other rat? I don't know. And then call the health department. So this is a real long con situation. She's very familiar with the gestation period of rats, how long it's going to take, and ultimately what she's going to need to do to get I feel like you could just put rat turds around,
Yeah.
or just buy a second rat. But no, she just brings one rat.
I mean,
in.
she's not known for her smarts. She's known for having the prettiest face in Waco. She says 30,000 times.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm confused. Is everybody in this movie? I mean, okay, everybody in this movie is a hillbilly, but is the movie not in California?
No, I think they say Waco, Texas.
They're all doing like a janky Texas accent.
Yeah, I just thought Jimmy and Lorna were from out of town because they were moving in to build the bakery. But I think everybody else is probably confused too because everybody else is doing fucking hillbilly accents.
They're all doing hillbilly accents for sure.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, I didn't question it too much. I just assumed it was happening in like Texas or Oklahoma.
Wait, maybe it's Bakersfield.
That's what I thought. I thought that was gonna be like the reference in the reveal because another thing Charles Band loves to do is just rent empty storefronts and film movies in them. And that's exactly what's happening here.
Which is 100% what he did here.
Completely.
I do like that we'll get to it in a second. But anyway, we get introduced to Amos, who's Lorna's, love interest, boyfriend, whatever. We see Sarah make the titular Gingerdead Man, who is, I mean, first of all, she's terrible at it. It looks awful.
And why does she make
She makes one at a time.
Fucking cookie ever.
And it's 18 inches tall with a custom. That was the one thing they built custom for this shoot was that
giant cookie cutter
to make it make sense that there's one cookie that's that tall. She is just shoving little like things like she's not doing it in a commercial fashion. She's not doing it like I need to make 5,000 of these to keep my business afloat. It's like this is just her own little personal project in the back to make one giant gingerbread man out of bread dough, by the way, not gingerbread dough. Like I understand I'm really leaning in on the baking thing, but like this is real fucking dumb.
Ooh, Dan in the chat from Half Court, they were starting the first Crumble franchise.
Yeah, well, I wonder if other Crumble franchises use their walk-in freezer as an oven.
They do.
Because they clearly decide to make, so they have to have a large scale oven to have people coming in and out of. I will just say this right off the bat. I don't think any ovens have a man door. That would be a occupational hazard. So what they do is they make
not in a
maybe they do, Steve.
I was gonna say not in a commercial kitchen, but like I think maybe pottery businesses get ovens that big.
Maybe.
I think you get a kiln that big, but not for just walking in and making cookies.
Yeah, they clearly have a walk-in freezer at this walk-in refrigerator at this establishment they're shooting at, and they turn that into the oven. So that's supposed to be the oven. We're meant to believe that. Takes it in, bakes it. At some point, it comes out, and actually they go in, and the tray is empty. Of course, the Gingerdead Man has become sentient and started running around as a living gingerbread man is wont to do. And the first line we get from him, which is probably the most famous, or maybe the second most famous line from this movie, is "What the hell is that?" And in Gary Busey's best Chucky impression, he says, "Well, it sure ain't the Pillsbury fucking Doughboy."
Exactly.
And if you know a line from this movie, it's probably that one.
Yep.
Now commence the walking around with silly music.
Oh
so, the music that happens in Halloween 5 when the police show up?
Yep.
That like, like that's what happens for, I would say, 25 of the next 50 minutes. Eventually, Betty, the mom, stumbled around drunk. We get a great line from Gary Busey where he's got scissors and he says, "You ever try a lady finger?" and cuts her finger off.
Great show. Good one, dude. You got her. Fucking nailed her.
He's kind of prowling around So you would think this would be kind of like a haunted house type of movie, right? Where you just go into an area, you get a jump scare and a kill from the Gingerdead Man, then you move into it. But it's not really that. It's mostly like he's kind of stalking them, but they're also kind of looking for him. You're never really clear who is kind of stalking who, right?
There's not even kind of like the suspense part of it where they take time to figure out that he's doing the killings. Like he reveals himself pretty much immediately, and the characters that do see him are like kind of surprised, but they're not too pressed to find him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then everybody else seemingly just jumps on board as soon as they're told about it. Like they're like, oh,
Except
okay,
Amos,
that makes sense.
Except Amos is kind of like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, but yeah, I mean, but so little of this movie actually involves the Gingerdead Man. Like, that's the thing. That's the issue with this movie. You see almost nothing ever.
Well, and that's definitely a hallmark. No pun intended. That's definitely a hallmark of all the Charles Band movies. Is they give you a VHS cover that you see at Blockbuster. And you go, oh my God, this is going to be a movie about a killer cookie. And it is, but there's an enormous amount of just filler dialogue, right?
Just drama between the people. That's it. Yeah.
The characters you don't care about in this instance. And I keep using Head of the Family because I genuinely love that movie. It is intriguing dialogue and funny dialogue between the family and getting blackmailed by the guy who owns the diner. And there's all this stuff. This is just a little bit of a love triangle kind of thing, but you don't really care that much about any of the characters, and none of them have really any charisma. I would say perhaps with the exception of Julia and Amos, and Julia's barely in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Sarah and Lorna. I mean, Lorna's okay. Sarah brings very little to the party.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, Sarah is like room tone, but I find Lorna insufferable. So
at least she's doing some stuff, you know? Yeah. But yeah, so they do kill Julia, or you think they killed Julia. They put her in the freezer, or not they, the Gingerdead Man, he. We start to get this romance between Sarah and Amos starts because Sarah feels bad for him because Lorna doesn't actually care about him, and they know each other from childhood. You know, they had some meet cute when they were 6 years old or something. And so there's like a budgeting romance there. Jimmy Dean shows up because Lorna tried to call him from her mobile phone and it died right as soon as and she didn't even, the dad didn't believe her when she called and said, hey, there's a killer cookie, come down and get me. But he does show up. And he is quickly dispatched by the Gingerdead Man, who steals his car. This is maybe the best scene in the movie. Maybe the second best scene. He steals Jimmy Dean's car, steers it with his gingerbread hands, controls the pedals with a rolling pin, and mushes him against the wall, killing Jimmy Dean.
Which leads to the really hilarious reaction of Lorna when she learns that her father has died.
She's nonplussed.
Yeah.
She's a little bit bummed. But not that bummed.
She's like,
and she also takes his ring.
She robs him immediately.
She was pretty ready for that to happen. And I will give the actor playing Jimmy Dean credit that he makes one of my favorite choices when people die, which is just eyes wide, slack jawed. That's such a funny, like it's a real way that people die, and it's a funny way to portray it. Like it's not the wholesome, like eyes closed, like bleh. It's
mouth closed.
It's the wide-eyed horror of like I've been squished by a car, and then it tops it off with Lorna just like, okay, bye, Diddy. Give me this here.
Yeah. She says something. She's like, oh, you mean so much to me, Diddy. And then she just she's like, oh, never mind. Takes his ring. And then in perhaps the most this is just breezed over, and I feel like it needed to be a bigger part of the story. They go in and they find Julia in the freezer. Julia is covered in whipped cream from head to toe, presumably naked.
That's what I would have thought.
I don't know that for sure.
That's what I would have thought.
But because her breasts are very prominently displayed with cherries where her nipples would be.
And no one reacts the way that you would think that they should or would react in this scenario.
If you saw a would-be murder victim staged in this way, you would be at best alarmed.
Yeah.
They are nonplussed by it. She is also alive. We do learn she's breathing.
I would love to see this staging within that TV show Hannibal, where it's so much of like just these insane art pieces, created by this master killer, and then just a lady covered in whipped cream with fucking cherry top boobs,
cherry nipples.
Yeah, just cherry top boobs, and you're like, oh Jesus, he's out of control, Will.
Oh my God. Amos gets a gun. Apparently he has a gun, like a giant, like a 44 revolver. Lorna gets attacked. Her face gets like slashed. She's very pissed because that's her moneymaker, is her face, apparently. And then my single favorite moment definitively of the movie happens, where we know that there's a rat that Lorna brought in. The rat doesn't really play a part throughout the rest of the movie. We just see a rat stumbling around. At one point, Betty sees the rat. She's alarmed. We see a couple of times they just show the rat. The Gingerdead Man sees the rat and says, "Hey, rat. Hey, you little shit. You want a piece of me? Fuck off. I'm gonna kick your rat ass."
Like, why is this in here?
It is just Gary Busey just riffing on what a sentient, living, mean gingerbread man would say to a rat if he saw it. And it's the most entertaining 8 seconds of the movie. Another good, this is again, this also comprises one of the only worthwhile parts of the movie, is Lorna getting quote unquote booby trapped. We're not really sure what happens, but she's walking about and all of a sudden like a knife pops up, like a Bowie knife, and just sticks in her forehead.
Yep.
And they're like, oh no, he booby trapped the exits.
Yeah. Amos goes, that's a fucking booby trap. I'm like, Amos, I don't know that you know what a booby trap is, because it looked like he jumped up, stabbed her in the forehead, and ran away.
He did that.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're thankful to Amos for explaining what happened. Meanwhile, he's baking Mom in the oven. We knew somebody was going to get baked in that oven. They save her in time, but she's all, I guess, burned up. I'm not really sure, but she was cooking in the oven. They get her out of there. Then he tries to bake Sarah in the oven. Amos manages to like shoot the oven with his gun.
The handle.
And they get out, kind of, I guess. And then saving the day, or kind of saving the day, is Brick. Brick shows up, and he had talked about how he, we kind of breezed over this, but he wanted Sarah to go to the wrestling show with him because it was amateur night and they were just letting people wrestle. And he has a character he's been working on called the Butcher Baker. And he shows up as the Butcher Baker. The Cookie gets the gun, which is a fun sentence.
Always a good bit.
To say. Yeah, the Cookie gets the gun. Julia, who is now alive, gets back and kind of gets the upper hand on him. And one of my other favorite lines is the Cookie just proclaims, "You whore."
That's like such a Chucky thing to say.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He calls everyone. It's a little Freddy in that he's calling. Now Chucky calls people bitches too, but Freddy's notorious for calling people bitches. Chucky loves to call people a whore. Yeah. He calls him a whore. Brick then gets on top of him and decides he's going to eat him. That's how he's going to kill him. So he starts munching his head off.
This is my favorite moment in the movie.
This is great. This is good. This deserves some credit because the cookie is full of like blood and guts. So it's not a cookie.
Yeah.
It's like a cookie shell with human organs and blood inside.
Yeah, like Chucky. Like
Yeah,
where
like
if you stab
Chucky.
Chucky,
Again,
he
like a
bleeds, but
Chucky.
it's like it logically it makes sense. Like, how do you kill a cookie? You eat it, right? But then he just powers through the like fleshy bits that it's really gross, but it's really funny.
Yeah. If you were to kill a cookie by eating it and you started biting into it and you were expecting cookie, but instead it's human organs and blood, and you keep going, you're not to be trifled with.
Yeah.
I would say.
You're a beast.
Yeah. And then of course he gets the you know, late 90s, early 2000s reference. He comes up, burps, and says, "Got milk?"
Which is only slightly better or worse, depending on how you feel in the moment, than an earlier line of when the Gingerdead Man whacks the mom over the head with a pan and says, "That'll leave a mark." That's one of the worst.
Yeah.
I hate that line with every bit of my body.
Do you like "that'll leave a mark" more, or do you dislike that more, or do you dislike "that's gotta hurt"?
Oh man, fuck,
that's tough.
Like, I mean, they're
the same.
Yeah, they're of the
I think
same.
I hate "that's gotta hurt" more.
Yeah, they're of the same birthing place of just like, ugh, like they should both be treated as like placeholder lines, and then you give the script to somebody to punch up and say, "Make this better." But we're on a Charles Band film, so that never happens. It never the script never gets another pass through. It just, you know,
sure,
like, yeah. But
they're not going to waste the printer ink to reprint it. it's you got your copy.
Yeah, but for everybody who's younger, those two lines where the "he's right behind me, isn't he?" of the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah. The only thing that maybe would have been worse than "got milk" is if after he ate his head off, he burped and was like, "Cookie," the other white.
Oh God.
That would have made even less sense.
I actually would have been on board with that. Like,
yeah. "Cookie, it's what's for dinner."
Yeah, sure.
I mean, but the thing about this scene, this is my favorite scene, but then it's followed by my least favorite scene because I was so angry at the reference that they were making to something that I love so dearly. And I was just like, no, please don't go there. Like, you didn't earn this movie. You didn't earn this. Like, so I wish they hadn't done what comes next after he eats the cookie.
Yeah. He also then, weirdly, and I don't know if this got added in later or whatever, but he has no head, right? He's eaten his head off. But you hear Gary Busey go, "I'm kind of come back for you. I'll get you." Or like, he doesn't have a head. What's he talking out of?
Brian, you paid for Gary Busey lines. You don't leave any of them on the cutting room floor. You use every ounce of Busey that you got, even if it
Just
don't make
jam
sense.
it in there.
Yeah. So then mom wakes up from her oven coma, I guess. And now the killer's consciousness has shifted into Brick. And he now is a like blue-tongued zombie cookie man. And Amos unloads into him. Lots of rounds. He's got more rounds in this revolver than any revolver that ever existed. And then they scream and bum rush him into the oven, and
But but by this point they like make him up and have him act like he's doing an Evil Ash impression from Evil Dead.
Yes, he's got the white makeup,
and
he's
the
got
brow
like
stuff, and he literally says
he's got the deadite.
He
makeup.
literally says, "Give me some sugar, baby." And I was like, stop. No, I don't like this. Like, very poor Ash imitation at the end here.
Yeah, he's got like the protruding, but he doesn't even, they don't do like any prosthetics, obviously. It's just like a little bit of like shadowing makeup, and they've got the white kind of face, and
which is funny because the girl do a thing. She's like talking to him and she doesn't even notice for like a long period of time until I guess he steps a little further into the light, and I'm like, are you blind? It's visibly obvious.
Yeah, they bum rush him. They push him into the oven, and then cut to a bake sale, and which begs the question: if you have a bakery with a storefront, why do you need to have a bake sale out in front of the bakery? But they do. And I don't know if we're supposed to know that Sarah has went back to nursing school, because she mentioned she wanted to go to nursing school. But these nurses come up and they're like, do you have any gingerbread men? And they're like, I forget what the line is, but it's like, you better be happy we don't have any gingerbread men or whatever. And then they've brought their own gingerbread men that they just got from a woman who we're supposed to assume is Gary Busey's mom, who dropped off the gingerbread spice earlier, I guess.
Yeah.
And they are gingerbread men, like crudely made gingerbread men. And then cut back, and they have googly eyes. Like they have, like their eyes have opened up.
That was amazing, though.
Yeah, and that's the end of this.
What was
Terrible film.
What was his mom's plan? Like, what? First of all, like, why did she think that what she was doing was going to result in him being resurrected? And also, why a bakery? Like, why a bakery at all? Like, I don't. What is their family's connection to baked goods that they would orient it so that he could potentially come back as a cookie? I don't know. It's just,
and also,
the reason why it gets dropped off at the Sarah Betty Lee bakery is because he had shot and killed their father and brother.
Oh, right. So he wanted to like finish the job by getting Sarah.
Right. And Sarah's testimony is part of what sent him to the chair. So it was a little bit of a revenge there. I don't know what the hell this is at the end. And I just imagined it was the nurses coming up with their own cookies and rubbing it in Sarah's face that she's neither a nurse or a good baker. And
damn.
Just like, you fuck ass, you got to run a bake sale in front of your bakery, stupid. And we're nurses.
But how did they get the secret magic spice, which it's not explained, but I assume contains some of the, like, I don't know, ashes or something like Nobody says
these cookies at the end are evil. They just have bug eyes. They could just be a whole other thing.
But they have regular eyes. Well, they have regular eyes, then they have bug eyes. So they're supernatural cookies.
But neither
they're supernatural, but they might be nice.
Yeah, neither of those states is Gary Busey.
You're saying these are totally unrelated supernatural cookies.
Yeah, neither of those states is Gary Busey. Like they're just weird little supernatural cookies. Like yeah.
That were also gingerbread men.
They're just the souls of a bunch of kids who died from being unvaxxed.
It's just a bunch of.
Is that the hidden commentary of this movie?
It's a super. They all died of measles. No, but this is just a really, really specific coincidence.
Yeah, it's a really specific coincidence. Just people all around Bakersfield, California are cooking, just supernatural gingerbread men. They just can't stop themselves.
Yeah, it's true. All right, that's it. That's Gingerdead Man. So this brings us, of course, to the pivotal part of the showdown, where we are going to vote. Just as a recap, Stephen, you talked about Curtains for Christmas from 20 and 24. Kelly, you talked about All Through the House, right? No,
that's
a different movie.
To All a Good Night. All Through the House is a different. I keep getting All Through the House and To All a Good Night, which are both
bad titles.
Not great Christmas horror movies. But this is from 1980. And then I talked about Gingerdead Man from 2005. So the question starts with, let's go in the order that we discussed them. I like to do that in terms of the votes. So, Steve, first question. Are you sticking with your movie?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
For your first pick?
First vote is, of course, going Curtains for Christmas.
Okay. What are you thinking for your number two?
Man. To All a Good Night, I guess, because
Yeah.
fuck, Gingerdead Man isn't even necessarily Christmas. And I'll ask this of Kellie because she apparently watched the best version of this.
Mhm.
I didn't see any other Christmassy thing in the film, but except for on the exterior shots of the bakery, it looks like there was a Christmas tree on a storefront next to the bakery, or was that just a blob of a different plant that I couldn't tell?
I mean, you could be right. I don't recall. I guess the only real connection to Christmas is that like you only really have gingerbread men at Christmas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's it. But that's it. It's definitely not thematically Christmassy.
Yeah.
The music is vaguely Christmassy at times.
Yeah, it's vaguely holiday-ish. But like nobody ever brings up Christmas. There's no decorations for Christmas around, because I assume this was filmed out of season and Charles Band isn't going to go digging for stuff. So
No.
yeah, it's the least Christmassy movie there could be. And it also sucks. So as much as I don't care for To All a Good Night, I think that's also a bad, dumb movie that feels like half of the cast was told it was a comedy and the other half was not told anything at all and was just left to their own devices because they are silly fools and made a whole bunch of choices, which makes it's a great like get high, make fun of watch type of movie, but it's not really good at Christmas either because it's filmed in California. Who cares? Christmas in California doesn't matter for shit. My movie's the only one that has snow.
Hey.
California is a godless country.
Yeah. If you don't have seasons, you get the fuck out. You don't get to celebrate nothing.
Hey, I've had snow one single time at my house. One time.
We're sitting on about 3 or 4 inches of snow right now.
Oh my God.
It snowed all day today.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's why I'll go to All a Good Night.
All right, fair enough. Kellie, are you sticking with your movie for first?
No.
All right.
I know this is probably the most obvious showdown that you'll ever have because I feel like the order is so clear to all of us. No, I want to vote for Curtains for Christmas. Was the one that I definitely had the most fun with. Gingerdead Man is garbage. Not even like fun garbage, just so bored. I was so bored and I was like,
this would have been a fun 12-minute short.
That's it. That's the thing. I'm like, it's so short that it can barely be considered a movie, but I still was checking the time every 5 minutes to see how much was left. So, and To All a Good Night is like the most movie-ish of the ones on here. Like, I mean, it's not good, but like, honestly, it has some charm and it's like still kind of fun to watch. And it's a movie. It's an actual movie.
Yeah. So. It's just a silly, I could have easily have watched it before and just forgot about it.
Yeah.
It's just an easy,
very forgettable.
Not, very forgettable, but just not particularly offensive teen slasher.
Yeah. It's close to being like Blood Rage, but like Blood Rage has crazier performances and way better special effects, which is why like you remember that one. Like you remember the crazy pumpkin pie eating scene, and you remember the crazy
the arm getting cut off with the beer can
and the head hanging from the motel door. Like those are all insane set pieces, and like this movie gets close with like weird airplane propeller stuff and soap on a rope head, and so you kind of almost would remember that stuff, and you remember a lady doing Widow Baby through the through the most of it, but you don't remember any of these stars. Like there's no stars in this movie. Nobody's sticks out. You just they're weird and they're unpleasant, and you're just like, I don't want to watch these creeps fuck about.
And listen, I won't bury the lead. I was going to vote for Curtains for Christmas as well. and which makes it, of course, our winner because it has just so much more charm than either of these other movies. You also listen, we're a sucker for Premium Steve and his movies as well. They're always charming and fun and like extremely low budget, but always makes the best of it. And I would say the scene where he cuts the wife's face off, she cuts the wife's face off and wears it, and that whole sequence has 10 times more charm than the other two movies combined. And not just charm, but like just more entertaining and just wacky.
What the fuck value.
It goes to an extreme absurdism because it's an insane kill scene followed by an insane interaction, followed by another insane interaction when she walks into the judging space and everybody claps for her. So it's not just that she fooled the buffoonish Jay. She fools an entire space of people who are like, yay, she's come to, deem who's the winner.
Yeah. All right. Well, that means, of course, and I'm not happy to say it, but that means that Steven is taking home the championship strap for the Secret Satan Showdown in December. And it's been a minute.
Yeah.
I think since Steve's won.
Oh, yeah.
And I think even last time you won, you actually gave like kind of a layup in terms of your punishment. Do you have a punishment queued up?
I've got 4 or 5 I'm sitting on.
Oh my God.
It is it is bad times for you. You were not, and I'll say, hey, yeah, you were nice last month, but it's been too long. And I like my list has just been growing. And so I actually don't know which one. Yeah. My only problem is none of them are seasonal. So I'm wavering between a couple. Kelly, I won't even, if you want to come back for the punishment episode, you can, but I would strongly advise don't, because it's going to be something fucked.
I mean, I'm kind of intrigued, to be honest. So.
Yes, we have had some. I mean, we have watched Fish Piss. We've watched. But what's the shit movie?
Goodbye.
The scatological Goodbye, which is just about just shit. The whole movie's about physical fecal matter.
I tell you what, Kelly, it's not going to be a Carnosaur type.
I mean, like, I'd be down to come back. I will say that, first of all, I think I was kind of nice with my punishment movie that I chose for you guys.
Oh, yeah, we like Sabretooth. Yeah.
Because that was so much. And that, like, recording that with you guys is like my favorite podcasting memory, because I was just laughing like a maniac for just 2 straight hours. So
that was a super fun
movie.
Amazing. Yeah, this sometimes the most horrifying punishment episodes are the worst to watch, but the funnest to talk about.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, I feel like that's where we're going to be headed. It's going to be a terrible pain to watch, and I just have a whole bunch. Like, I don't know which one to pick. So,
all right. Well, we'll wait until that holiday spirit takes you and figure out which direction. So, now, because I didn't do it at the top of the show, I completely forgot at the top of the show to have you talk about the Final Girls podcast, because if you like this podcast, you're going to like that podcast. And Kelly and Sarah, we've talked about before when you were both on, but tell us about Final Girls Pod and where they can find you and all the fun stuff you have going on over there.
Sure. I'll give you our spiel. First of all, thank you so much for having me back. I had a really good time. Although there were times when I was watching these 3 movies that I was regretting committing to this.
Of course. That makes sense.
That is the way. But okay. So Final Girls is a podcast where we discuss a different Final Girl every episode. We release every Wednesday. And then now that we have a Patreon, we're also releasing extra content on Fridays for patrons. The main episodes are about characters that you probably know and love from horror movies. Like, no, we haven't done Sydney yet, our most requested, but we will get there. We did just do Laurie Strode. Probably, you would know Ripley, just kind of the badass last woman standing is the trope that we discuss. And And then our Patreon episodes are stuff like Final Daddies, Final Cats, Final-ish Girls. So like Final Girls not from horror movies, in case, like maybe Atlas is one I really want to do. But
yeah.
And you can find us at final-girls.com. We're also on Blue Sky at Final Girls Podcast. And then we're on Instagram at Final Girls The Podcast. And you can listen to our episodes wherever you listen to podcasts. So,
yeah, go check it out. Super fun show. And can I put in a suggestion for Patreon episode for Final Cats?
Absolutely.
Are you familiar with Uninvited?
Yes. That's on our list.
Have you?
It's on our list.
Good. We've done that episode. I think I did it as a very early punishment episode, which is not really a punishment, probably 5 years ago. And I watched that movie, I'm going to say once every 4 months.
It's amazing. I will say the next Final Cat that we do is probably going to be Church from Pet Sematary.
Oh, yeah. Great one. All right. Well, that wraps up our Secret Satan Showdown for the month of December. Next week, Steve and I, and Kelly, if you join us for the punishment episode, we will talk about our Showdown topics for January already, believe it or not. Obviously, I completely fucking flubbed it at the top of the show too, because I didn't even talk about our Patreon. We have one episode left of Steve's Patreon exclusive podcast series, 90s is Forever, where we're watching all these dog shit 90s comedies with horror ties to them, and then it comes back around to your boy's turn, and I have a whole fucking thing planned. And we're gonna further my agenda, our podcast Satanic Agenda. We are gonna further that moving into 2026, and I'll leave it at that. Join us in the coming months as we reveal a little bit more about some of the fucking wacky movies that we're going to watch for that series. Patreon.com/Halloween is Forever. Steven, anything else before we wrap up this here showdown?
Nope, just join the Patreon. I believe I have already found the theme song to your next series. Even though I don't even know what it is, I think I have the theme song. And, hey, just, hail to Steve on Steve supremacy this episode. Steve on Steve on Steve. Winning.
We are just stacking Steves over here. And obviously, Steveception. Congratulations to Premium Steve for once again premiumizing the podcast. And go check out his movie as well. To All a Good Night. Where did you guys watch it? I think I watched
Curtains for Christmas. I watched on.
Oh yeah, I'm not To All a Good Night. Curtains for Christmas. Sorry.
Yeah, I watched it on Fossum.
Amazon for me.
Yeah, it's on Amazon. It's on Fossum, or you can go to his Patreon, which I believe is /Steve Buster, and you can sign up and get all of his movies, including Carousel 1 through 3 and Amityville Christmas Horror and
Shingles.
Maybe Shingles is on there.
Yeah, which I believe I have a physical copy of at least 2 or 3 of those.
Yeah.
They're all really fun. All right. That being said, thanks again, Kelly, for joining us. It was a ton of fun. We'll do it again, perhaps in the very near future. And for the Halloween is Forever crew, I'm Brian.
And I'm Steve.
I'm Kelly.
All right, bye.
Bye.
See you later.